Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Codeman Movies Podcast. We had a week off because I was moving. I am now in my new place. It's echoey in here. Just realizing that. Echo! Maybe not. Anyways, it's time to do this podcast once again. Another new week in a new place. So, new events in life, there's none really. I just moved. That's what's new in my life. What's new in yours? Is there anything fantastic, exciting? By the way, do you have a drink in your hand? I do. I found it's Captain Morgan Cherry Vanilla Rum, and I kind of decided to make like an old fashioned out of it. It's not bad. Not my favorite, but it's not bad. So, anyways, guys, let's talk about movies that I have seen in the last 2 weeks. Now, there's not really as much as usual because I was very busy working, losing my mind, and moving, such like that. So, my list is a little smaller than usual, but hey, the Oscars were the nominations for the Oscars were put out this morning. So we'll talk about that too. Why not? Anyways, guys, let's first talk about some movies I saw this week. Last 2 weeks, actually. First one I saw was Licorice Pizza. I said on my last episode that I would be going to go see that movie, and I did. I'm not a big Paul Thomas Anderson fan. His movies are a little too I don't know what's the word. They're very artsy. That's the word I'm looking for. They're artsy movies. I don't always like artsy film all the time. And sometimes his movies just come off as a little pretentious to me. And I don't always love them. I like Boogie Nights. I'm trying to think of any of the other ones I like. There Will Be Blood has a great performance from Daniel Day-Lewis. I don't think the movie's that great. Punch Drunk Love, not a fan. I'm just not a fan of his work. Inherent Vice, I think, was another one. Just not a fan of his movies. They're a little too artsy-fartsy for me. I liked Licorice Pizza quite a bit, actually. I will say the romantic relationship between this child and a woman is a little weird. I got over it fairly quickly, but it was very, very weird at first, and I found it difficult to get into at first because of that. Forget the name of the main character's name, but the kid he's very grown up, and it worked out for me in the end. At the end of the day, I really did like this movie. I think the moments when they are focused on building this romantic relationship and not arguing and trying to make each other jealous, that's when the movie's at its best. Bradley Cooper, the whole 5 minutes that Bradley Cooper is in that movie is phenomenal. I love the bit after with Bradley Cooper in the truck. If you haven't seen the movie, I don't want to say too much, but Licorice Pizza, it's a very good movie. I don't love it. Out of all Paul Thomas Anderson's films, it would be one of the top for me because I don't like his movies that much. I'd probably give the movie like a Licorice Pizza. I give it like a 7 out of 10, 7 or 8. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It's a 7. It's a 7. As I'm talking about this movie, I'm giving it a 7. It's been 2 weeks since I've seen it, which just means I had more time to think it over and stuff. But the movie felt very long at times too, and just he's not my style. You know, sometimes you have a director that's just not your style, and if they're not your style, then they're not your style. Licorice Pizza. I'm great at reviewing things, aren't I? Next up, The Fallout. This is a movie that premiered on HBO Max. The movie opens with a school shooting, and the movie is essentially about this girl who is recovering from that, essentially. What it does to her mentally, emotionally, all that fun stuff. Not fun stuff. Why would I say fun stuff? It just goes through the process, the PTSD of it, really. I found the first hour of this movie really riveting and very well done. Towards the end, it started getting stale and a little repetitive at times. because it just went through the motions of how she was feeling and such like that, and then just kind of kept doing it, and it got a little cheesy and one note at the end for me. But it was actually a very well done movie. The scene at the beginning, while horrible to watch and awful to watch, it was done in a graceful way. Maybe that's the word I'd like to say. It was done in a good way that it wasn't why I was watching the movie. It was just a good opening that immediately let you know what you were in for the rest of the movie. And overall, a very good movie. Again, I'd give it another 7 out of 10. 7 is my number these last few months, I've realized. I turned into a 7 out of 10 person. Oh, maybe it shows you something. Maybe I'm getting old. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, Fallout. If you are looking for a movie that is not happy, very serious, and you're thinking, wow, my life sucks, maybe you watch that movie. It's on HBO Max. Next up, we have Batman Forever. Oh boy. Hey. This is a movie where I am definitely taking a nice drink. So I think I've watched, this is probably the second time I've ever watched Batman Forever. I really don't like this movie, guys. I will say, I don't like Batman Returns. This movie makes Batman Returns look like a goddamn Best Picture winner because Batman Forever is just awful. The movie opens with Alfred saying, "Can I convince you to take a sandwich, sir?" And then Batman says, "No thanks, I'll get drive-through," or something stupid like that. This movie is so poorly written. Everybody just seems like they're in a different movie. Some people seem so over-the-top ridiculous, happy, and woo, like Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones. And then you got Val Kilmer doing the Batman, which he's good at Batman, I guess you could say. Nicole Kidman is... she's just horny the entire movie. That's what her character arc is. She's horny. That's what I got out of it. And at the time, I know behind the scenes, the studio was basically saying, make a movie that can make toys, and it needs to have comedy and over the top and pretty colors. And so I don't blame Joel Schumacher for this one, but damn, this movie sucks. Jim Carrey is just... I love Jim Carrey. He's amazing. He's just crazy. He's batshit crazy. And like, I love the man. I want him to be in more movies, but Batman Forever, he sucks. He's awful. He is so ridiculous, and it's just, it did not work for me at all. The introduction of Robin in this movie is fine. Better than what it is in Batman Forever, which is a movie I'm not going to watch. I've seen it a couple times as a child. I don't need to watch that movie again. I don't need to see more butt ass and butt nipples. And the entire crew of that movie, like, is against that movie. That just shows you something. I believe if you watch the commentary for Batman and Robin, Joel Schumacher is giving the commentary, and about, 20 minutes before the end of the movie, he just gets up and walks out of the room, so the rest of the movie just plays, no more commentary, because he was so sickened by the movie. That shows you something. I don't need to watch Batman and Robin. I watched Batman Forever, and that was enough. Batman Forever is like a 3 out of 10 for me. I really do not like that movie. What positives can I give? No, there's some action sequences. I don't remember them. It's a very forgettable movie. It's just like a 3 out of 10. The acting is good. I'd say Alfred, I'd say Batman, I'd say Bruce Wayne. I think parts of Robin is good. It's just a bad movie. It's just not a good movie. So yeah. Next up, I have Spider-Man. Yep, I went and saw Spider-Man again. Guys, I truly do just love this movie. I think it is just incredible what they have done with Spider-Man in this movie. And just, I don't think I can say too much more. I'm unlocking my computer because it always does this. If you know how to fix this where it won't, turn off on me when I want it to turn off. Actually, I think I know how to do it. Guys, we're going to do this just live right now and see if I know how to do this. Not it. That was not it. That was not it. That was not it. That was not it. Anyways, guys, Batman, it's just, or not Batman, Spider-Man. It's just such a great movie. It's such a great movie. I love this movie so much. I think I fixed it. I think. We'll see. Anyways, guys, Spider-Man No Way Home. It is such a great movie. It really is. I don't know what else to say anymore. God, this movie's great. I will say, I'm finding more nitpicks with this movie. There are things just like, slight, you know what, we're going to go spoilers a little bit here. But like towards the end of the movie, when they're doing the final battle and MJ and Ned are doing that portal and he's trying to close it and it's not closing. Why don't you just take the frickin' box and get it out of there, bring it somewhere else? Lizard's not going to know where it's at if you just walk out of that school and, I don't know, go to anywhere. I mean, go anywhere. Go to MJ's coffee shop where she works and just sit there with the box. Why are they just sitting there going, okay, let's close it. Okay, let's just take the time. It felt like they were pushing in the comedy moments and putting that moment with MJ falling off so that Garfield can catch her, which is amazing. Don't get me wrong. But then there was no, I just didn't, that portal thing bugs me a little bit. And then there's the scene, I'm going all over the place with this. There's the scene on the bridge where the woman from Harvard is like, it's just Stanford. I forget. I've only seen this movie 6 times. You'd think I should know. I think it's Stanford, actually. I don't remember. Anyways. She's in the car, and she's on the bridge. She can't open her door. Why is she just sitting there? Your driver just went out the front door. Jump over to the front seat and get the hell out. Why isn't she doing that? Why? Like, that woman's an idiot. She should not be working at a college because she's an idiot. That's all I'm saying. And then there was one more thing, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but the Doctor Strange really should have been more careful with his magic. And from what I've seen in like Infinity War, he literally says to Tony Stark, if it comes between your life and the kid's life, I'm protecting the stone. But now he's kind of just, yeah, sure, I'll do something for the kid. Why not? And, well, I somewhat get it. Like, he's been through a lot with this kid. It still doesn't add up to me. And, like, like he says to Peter, you didn't call the college first to see if you can have them change their mind before coming to me and brainwashing the world? You didn't. But on the other side, you didn't tell Peter, hey, is there anybody you want to know your identity? This could fudge things up big time. Like, and there's just things about this movie. It's still a great movie, guys. Go see this movie. I'm probably going to go see it again. Maybe tonight. I kind of want to go see it again. Am I crazy? I think I'm crazy. I think I'm going to go see it tonight. Otherwise, I'm going to go see. I don't know. We'll see. I want to go to the movies tonight. Probably going to go to the movies tonight. Anyways, guys, Spider-Man No Way Home. For like the 6th time of me talking about it, because I think I've seen it 6 times now. 6 or 7, I can't remember. Next up, the first movie I saw in my new apartment. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So I have my movies in a big box. And the first movie, I decided I'm just going to pull a movie out. First movie I pulled out, I'll go get it for you because it's kind of big. Don't leave. Stay right there. I'm right here still. I'm here. Okay. This is what I pulled. I have the what is it? The 40th anniversary Blu-ray. Look at it, it's shiny and stuff. But this is what I pulled out, and I decided to watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Um, this is a really dark movie. I haven't watched this movie in a hot minute. It's been a couple years at least. And I'm just realizing how dark it is and how this is for kids. And there's lines in this movie like there's a wife or husband's kidnapped, and all the kidnappers want is a box of Wonka bars, and for the life of her husband, and she goes, "Well, how many days are you gonna let me think about it?" Like, holy crap! There's Veruca and her father go into a garbage chute, and Wonka says that the garbage chutes are started on fire, and that's how they get rid of the garbage. And Charlie goes, "Mr. Wonka, they're not going to die, are they, down there?" And Wonka goes, "Well, they only do it every other day, so they got a really good chance, don't they?" How dark is that? That's a kid's movie. Two people probably just died. We don't see him at the end. I mean, it's insane to me. It's just a really dark movie. It's a great movie, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I love Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The music in this movie is absolutely fantastic. I've got a golden ticket, and if you want to view paradise, simply look around, you'll see it. Great music in this movie. I love the Oompa Loompas in this movie. It's just very dark. Very, very dark. Very weird. There's certain things that don't need to be in this movie, like Slughorn. He's kind of treated like this big thing, and then at the end you find out, oh, he was just working for Wonka. And that was about it. So it was just to see if any of the kids would give away the secret formula for everlasting gobstoppers. It's kind of not needed. Some of the there's a lot of flashes to other people. Like I said, there was the one with the ransom. There's one with the therapist. There's just people wanting to get Wonka bars, and it's just showing how intense people are over getting them. Some of them could have been cut back. But at the end of the day, I really like Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. It's it's funny, it's dark, insane movie. And Gene Wilder's from Wisconsin, so gotta like it a little bit more. Next up, I saw La La Land. La La Land was my favorite movie of 2016. If you have watched my YouTube videos from years ago, back in 2016, 2017, you'll know that La La Land was my favorite movie. I saw that movie 10 times in theaters. Love La La Land so flipping much. It's a movie that I think people misunderstand. People think that the ending of that movie is very sad, which, I mean, it is in a sense. I would say it's bittersweet, though. The tagline of this movie is, "Here's to the fools who dream." The entire movie tells us about how it's about dreaming. And what the ending montage of this movie shows us is that the life that Sebastian and Mia would have been good. Don't get me wrong, it'd been great. But Sebastian would have given up everything for Mia, which in itself is great and beautiful. But at the same time, he never would have truly been happy. He always needed this club that he wanted to make, and he needed that club. And that's why he needed Mia to come into his life to motivate him to get that club, to make the changes he needed to make in his life to get that club. But at the end of the day, he couldn't be with Mia forever. And that's very similar to Mia in the sense, I think, that, like, she needed Sebastian to get her not to quit. She quits in the movie. We see her go back home, and she quits. And Sebastian's the thing to get her to go to where she needed. So at the end of the day, the last line they say to each other is, "I'm always going to love you." And they are always going to love each other because of what they did to each other to get them where they needed to be, what they wanted in life, to follow those dreams, to be those fools who dream. La La Land. I love this movie. Anyone want to talk about La La Land, you come talk to me. I'll talk to you about La La Land all flipping day long. I just love La La Land. La La Land is such a beautiful, sweet movie, directed by Damien Chazelle. He has another movie coming out this year that I am very excited for. I'm very excited for it. Next up, I watched a movie that people have been talking about for years, and I had just never gotten to. Came out in 2012, I believe. It's called Warm Bodies. Movie about a zombie who falls in love with a girl that is a human. And I had heard that this movie was just very underrated. No one saw it. It's been underappreciated. I look at like the reviews for IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes and such like that. I never make that the thing. But on IMDb, it's at like a 50 something. So on IMDb, there's green, yellow, red, and it's in the yellow. That's kind of the same scale I follow with my movies. If I think a movie is good, I'll give it a 10 through 6, and that's in a green. That's a good movie. 5-4 is okay. 3-2-1 is red. And I tend to kind of agree with IMDb's color ratings. A lot of times, I didn't fix it, guys. My computer, shut off on me. If anybody knows how to do this, I would kind of appreciate it. I'm not very good with technology. I know it's awful. It's unfortunate. And I don't know how to do it. I'm not going to play with it right now. Ooh, what's that do? Oh. You guys probably did not think you would be watching me do this, but here I am. That's Cody for you. Anyways, guys, Warm Bodies. I tend to agree with IMDb's ratings with the colors and stuff. And so when I saw it was at yellow, I think that's part of the reason why I haven't watched it. It took 10 years for me to watch it. And I watched it. At the end of the day, I'm not going to give it a yellow. I'm going to give it a green, but it's a 6 out of 10 for me. This movie is so very interesting. I love the premise, the idea that this zombie falls in love with this regular girl. I love the cast. Ed Sheeran. No, not Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran? Did I seriously just say that? Ed something. I forget the guy. He's in Mad Max Fury Road. He plays Wolverine. Not Wolverine. Beast in the X-Men movies. Guys, I'm tired. If you can't tell, look at my eyes. I am tired. I work too much. I do too much. I try too much to do all these things. It doesn't work out for me. Anyways. Warm Bodies. I like the cast. Great cast. For me, the biggest thing that kind of drove me nuts about the movie and made it really hard to accept this relationship almost. Not accept it, but get there was the fact that at the beginning of the movie, this zombie eats the girl's boyfriend's brains. Played by Dave Franco. And he immediately kills her boyfriend. And it just... it made it kind of hard to immediately just want them to fall in love because of that. And the movie also has some pacing issues. I think it was like an hour and 30 minutes, 40 minutes. It felt like a 2.5 hour movie. It felt too long. But it is a great little romantic, dark comedy kind of thing. And I would recommend this movie to people. I'm kind of sad it took 10 years for me to watch it, but I'm happy that I have. I don't know that I'll ever watch it again, though. I didn't find it that particularly memorable in the sense I need to watch it it's Valentine's Day month now. What is that? Literally, what is it? Valentine's Day is a week from yesterday. I'm not in a relationship. Probably never will be. Not good with that stuff. Anyways, this is not a movie I'm going to probably go back to just because, I don't know, something about it. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world. I do love romantic movies. I love Titanic. I love Crazy Stupid Love with Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling. There's another example of going back to La La Land. There's another connection to La La Land. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm going crazy. I'm going to have another drink. It's going to help. Anyways, Warm Bodies. It's a good movie. 6 out of 10. I realized I didn't rate La La Land. La La Land's 10 out of 10 for me. It's a perfect movie in my opinion. I love La La Land. We're just going back to La La Land. We're going to go to the next movie I saw this week. The next movie I saw was last night. I went to the theater. I saw Jackass Forever. Now, I was a little late to the Jackass train. My parents were very sheltering. I was a very sheltered child. I was not allowed to watch MTV at all. It was locked on our TV. You had to have a special password in order to watch MTV. So my parents did not allow me to watch MTV. It was inappropriate. So I never watched Jackass up until I was about 21 years old. I think it was about 2014, 2015 when I first saw the Jackass movies. Never saw the show, just watched the 3 movies. And I love those movies. They are fantastic. They're kind of gross at times. There are things that I just turn away and can't watch them. But I laugh my ass off watching them. And they're just fun, dumb, hilarious movies. And so I was going into this Jackass Forever, the 4th one. They say the last one. And I was going, I'm ready for this movie. This is also like the really big first comedy that I've seen in quite a while out in theaters. And I was going into theater going, I hope that this crowd is full so I have a whole bunch of people to watch it with. And I went into my theater that I always go into, and the manager said, "Oh, hi, 4th customer of the day." And I went, God damn it. But, there's but. Went into Jackass Forever, started watching, and I'm kind of glad there wasn't a crowd. This movie has a lot of balls and dick in it. And I'm a dude. I have balls and a dick. And let me tell you, some of the things they do to balls and dicks in this movie just made me do this in the theater. Literally, I did this last night. Let me show you. I went, oh, God, no. Oh, God, no. Are they actually doing that? Oh, God, no. Oh, God. What the? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's disgusting. Oh, my God. And that was me in the theater last night. And I'm somewhat glad there wasn't a crowd. I would like to kind of go see this movie again in a theater. Hopefully with a full crowd. This would be one of those movies that you just laugh because everyone else is laughing. And you laugh even harder. Even having the theater to myself, no one was in the theater with me. I still laughed pretty hard at some of the things in this joke, in this movie. If you don't like the humor in this if you don't like people getting their balls hit 27,000 times, this isn't the movie for you. That's all I'm going to say. I'm also an adrenaline junkie. I kind of want to do some of the shit they did in this movie. Like there's one with fans, and they got the parachute, and they're going, ooh. I want to do that. That looks like fun. If someone wants to help me do that, let me know. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. It looks great. Looks like fun. Next up, this morning actually, I saw on HBO Max the original West Side Story was on HBO Max. So I decided it was time to watch it. If you saw my last video, West Side Story, the new one of 2021, Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, was in my top 10 of last year. I loved the new West Side Story. This movie, I really, really like it. I would give it probably the same grade, 8 out of 10. Jackass, by the way, 8 out of 10. Rating my ratings today. I haven't done this in a week. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm going crazy. I need another drink. Alcohol's the solution to a lot of things. But it's also really bad for you, so it's not the solution to everything. Don't always do it. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, 1961's West Side Story. It's a very good movie. I have to say, though, I'm going to put Steven Spielberg's West Side Story above the original. The diverse cast of Steven Spielberg's, the bigger scope of the musical numbers. You know, the opening number of Steven Spielberg's West Side Story has that amazing shot, which they've shown in promos for the movie and such, of the jets on the pile of garbage or whatever, and the camera just zooming out. And this one was just kind of on the sidewalk, and they're just singing on the sidewalk. And that was something I noticed with a lot of the musical numbers. Now, like Coming to America, or what is that? In America, I forget what the names of the actual songs are. But like, a lot of these musical numbers were just done on the roof or on the sidewalk. And I love that Steven Spielberg's version takes it outside, and we get to see New York, and we experience it. And I like that Steven Spielberg's was just bigger in scope. Now, I was looking at the budgets of these movies. The 1961 West Side Story had a $6 million budget. Steven Spielberg's has a $100 million budget. So that might explain part of it. The original one did not bomb at the box office, though. This one kind of is. I think it's made $68 million worldwide, which is not good. It did get nominated for some Oscars, though, so let's hope that helps. We'll talk about that in a bit. But anyways, I just think Steven Spielberg is just better with this musical. Cool was another song that well, first let's talk about how Steven Spielberg kind of switched up the way it went from the original movie. I don't know about like the original play and such like that, but like I Feel Pretty and Cool, and I think there's one more song that switched up from where it actually was in the original. And I like what Steven Spielberg did. I think I Feel Pretty, taking place at Gimbel's, again, this movie just felt bigger. And the 1961 one just feels like a small movie where it's just taking place in what feels like a soundstage, and I'm sure it was kind of like a soundstage. It felt like an onstage musical that I was watching more than a movie. And that's why I kind of think I like Steven Spielberg's a bit more. But yeah, like I Feel Pretty takes place in Gimbel's, and Be Cool or Cool, I don't remember what all the names of the songs are, but how it took place between Tony and what's his name? The jet guy. I can't remember his name. Tony and Riff. Tony and Riff. I love that Spielberg's takes place with Tony and Riff, whereas the original waited till after he was dead to have that musical number, and it's just between the jets. I liked the dynamic between Riff and Tony, and I thought that was fantastic, and having them kind of fight over the gun kind of thing, I like that. I liked that a lot. The actor who plays Tony in this 1961 one, I forget his name. Give me one moment. But I think he does better than Ansel Elgort, for sure. He also does feel a little too old, though, to be playing the part. I don't know how old he actually was, but he just feels a little weird. Richard Beimer? I'm not familiar with these actors. Richard Beimer. I think he does a lot better with the singing in this movie, I think. And so I like Richard Beimer more than Ansel Elgort. I will say that. Let's see. This movie won Best Picture in 1961. Also won for Best Supporting and Actress and Actor, actually. I think actress that plays Anita, who was in the new movie as Valentina, which we'll talk about that in a second. And then the actor who plays Bernardo, both got won for their performances. And like all the performances are really great. At the end of the day, I think it's just Spielberg behind the camera. That's exactly what I really like about his new version. I don't think like I will say Rachel, I forget her last name, who's in the new West Side Story. I think she's better than the original Maria in 1961's version. I love Rachel. She is just amazing. I watched the Actors on Actors variety interview with her and Andrew Garfield, and she just seems like such a hoot to talk to. And I think she does just an amazing performance. I think everyone in Steven Spielberg's version just does so great with their work. And at the end of the day, I just think Steven Spielberg had a bit of an advantage. He had a budget, and he got to make the movie just feel bigger than it actually is at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's Romeo and Juliet in a musical form. But yeah, so 1961's West Side Story. I think I'm going to revisit Spielberg's West Side Story more than this 1961. But I'm still really glad I watched it. And it is a great movie. Again, 8 out of 10 for me. So anyways, that is all the movies I saw in the last week. I know I didn't see that many. Let's talk about Oscars, though. So the Oscars came out this morning. I actually kind of forgot about them. I missed the first 5 minutes. First three categories that they announced. All in all, there wasn't too many surprises, but let's kind of go through all of them here. Let me just get to it. So, actor in a leading role, we have Javier Bardem and being the Ricardos, Benedict Cumberbatch, The Power of the Dog, Andrew Garfield, Tick Tick Boom, Will Smith and King Richard, Denzel Washington, The Tragedy of Macbeth. Only one there's two I haven't seen. I have not seen Being the Ricardos. I'm going to work on that. Power of the Dog, I'm going to be working on that maybe this week. The one for me, though, Andrew Garfield, Tick Tick Boom. I love Tick Tick Boom. Was my number one movie of last year. I think Andrew Garfield should get this. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be Will Smith, unfortunately. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately. Will Smith does a great job in King Richard, and he's a great actor, and I think it's his, third nomination. He does deserve to get one. I think he probably will win, and it'll be the fact that he did give a great performance, but I think it's also going to be we've given you nominations and you finally get one, kind of like what happened with Leo and such like that. So there's that one. Actor in a supporting role. We have Karan Hein. I don't know how you say his name. I'm not even going to try it. But that's from Belfast. Troy Kotsur from Coda. Jesse Plemons, Power Dog. J.K. Simmons, Being the Ricardos. Cody Smith-McPhee from Power Dog. I have not seen Power Dog or Being the Ricardos. I have seen Belfast and Coda. So I have a couple movies to watch in this one. From all those people nominated, I would go Troy Kotsur. I'm not good with names, so I apologize. For Coda. I loved Coda. It was in my top 10, I believe, of last year. And that would be the one I would give it to. I'm not sure on that one. I need to watch other movies before I really feel I have a firm grasp on that one. But I'm hearing a lot about Cody Smith-McPhee for Power of Dog. We'll see, though. Actress in a leading role, we have Jessica Chastain, Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman, Lost Daughter, Penelope Cruz, Parallel Mothers, Nicole Kidman, Being the Ricardos, and Kristen Stewart and Spencer. I have not seen Spencer. I have not seen Being the Ricardos. I have not seen Parallel Mothers. I saw that Spencer is on Hulu today, so I will be watching that maybe today. The Lost Daughter and Eyes of Tammy Faye are the two I've seen. Over Jessica Chastain and Olivia Colman, I would give it to Olivia Colman, I guess. I don't think that's who's going to win, though. This is a tough category, actually. I'm kind of thinking this is going to be Kristen Stewart Spencer. She's never been nominated. And for her to go from Twilight into this, I think that's just a big arc, you know? I don't know. I'm kind of hoping it's Kristen Stewart, possibly for that reason. But I'm going to watch Spencer probably this week, and I will let you know from there. Yeah, and maybe try watching Being the Ricardos, too. Parallel Mothers. I'm going to have to try to watch some movies. Next up, we have actress in a supporting role, Jessie Buckley, Lost Daughter, Ariana DeBose, West Side Story, Judi Dench, Belfast, Kristen Dunst, The Power of the Dog, and I can't say her name, Ellis and King Richard. I have seen all these movies, besides Power of the Dog. I'm hearing Kristen Dunst is like the number one. I would love for Ariana DeBose from West Side Story. I thought she did great in the part of Anita. And the original actor. Oh, we forgot to talk about Valentina. West Side Story. The thing I also liked about the new West Side Story, I like the dynamic between Valentina and Tony. Whereas Doc and Tony in the original one seem to have a very small relationship. I think the relationship between Valentina and Tony in Spielberg's West Side Story is just stronger, better. Let's go back to the Oscars, though. So yeah, I would like Ariana DeBose so far from what I've seen to win. I need to watch Power of the Dog. We'll go from there. I'm thinking Kristen Dunst is going to win for this one from what I'm hearing. I don't know for sure. Animated feature, Encanto, Flea, Luca, The Mitchells vs. the Machines, Raya and the Last Dragon. I have not seen Flea. I have not seen Mitchells vs. the Machine. Both of them I have access to. I'm going to need to watch it. So far, Luca is my number one. I loved Luca. I know it's not going to win, but that movie just hit me for some reason because of the things I was going through at the time. And that's why movies are great, though. Sometimes you watch a movie, you're going through similar things, and it just hits you for that reason. You're always going to love that movie because of those reasons. And that's why Luca is such a big movie for me. It's not going to win. I'm going to say Encanto was going to win, which I prefer not that one. I didn't love Encanto. Let's go to cinematography. Dune, Nightmare Alley, Power of Dog, Tragedy, Macbeth, West Side Story. I've seen all of these. I would love for Dune to win this one. I didn't even like Dune as much as everybody else in the world did, but Dune looks fantastic. That is something I can very easily say about that movie. So I hope Dune wins this one for cinematography. Oh, wait, I haven't seen Power of the Dog. Take that back. I need to watch Power of the Dog. But still, Dune. Otherwise, West Side Story has beautiful cinematography. Nightmare Alley movie I didn't like that much. It also has all these movies have great cinematography. I don't care what wins for this one. I have to watch Power of the Dog before I give a final decision on that one. Costume design: Cruella, Cyrano, Dune, Nightmare Alley, West Side Story. I have not seen Cyrano. It's been pushed back due to Omicron or whatever the hell this next COVID variant is that's going on right now. So that's going on. It's got pushed back. I haven't had a chance to see it. I guess Dune or West Side Story. West Side Story. Another thing I loved about Spielberg's West Side Story, I think the costumes are better in Spielberg's West Side Story. I think the costumes are great for the 1961 version, and I believe it won costume design, but just not quite as good as Spielberg's. I think, who did the costume design? Paul Tazwell? I think costume design West Side Story is just phenomenal. It's such... It reminded me a little bit of La La Land in the sense that the costumes made the movie brighter or darker and kind of helped with the tone of the movie and such like that. I would give it to Dune. I don't know if Dune's going to win. I'm not sure on that one. Again, before I fully give a decision, I like to watch all the movies. So I need to watch Cyrano, however you say that movie. I think I got it right. I'm not good with saying names of things. Next up, we have directing: Belfast, Kenneth Branagh; Drive My Car, Rizuki Hamamaga; Licorice Pizza, Paul Thomas Anderson; Power of Dog, Jane Campion; West Side Story. I have not seen Drive My Car. I have not seen Power of Dog. Sounds like Jane Campion will get this one. I don't know nothing about that. If I had to pick from those, I loved West Side Story. Steven Spielberg is the greatest director ever, I think, honestly, at the end of the day. I don't know that he should get it, though. I'd maybe give it to Kenneth Branagh for Belfast. I didn't love Belfast that much. It's a good movie. I'll never watch it again. But he made such a personal story, so beautiful. And so he did a great job of taking that story and putting it through a child's perspective and making it dark while also making it very positive and giving us that child life form that we needed. So as of now, I would say Kenneth Branagh for Belfast. But again, I have not seen Power of the Dog. Jane Campion, I hear, is probably going to get that one. Documentaries. I have not seen any documentaries this year that have been nominated. So I'm kind of going to go past that. I'm going to watch Flea. That's one of them. Summer of Soul is on Hulu. I should watch that one. Not usually a big documentary person. It takes time for me to watch a documentary. I'll see a documentary on my to-watch list for a very long time. And until it's like last day to watch it, that's when I'll watch it. I don't know why, but documentaries have not always been my thing. Again, documentary, short film. I have never even heard of those. Film editing, Don't Look Up, Dune, King Richard, Power of Dog, Tick, Tick, Boom. Personally, I think Tick, Tick, Boom should get this. I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to be Dune or Power of Dog, probably. Again, I haven't seen Power of the Dog, so I'm not sure. It's the only one I haven't seen from that one. I'm going to say Power of Dog's going to get that one. Tick, Tick, Boom. Just such an amazing movie, though. International feature film, I have not seen any of these movies. We're going to go past it, unfortunately. If I can get access to them. Flea is from Denmark. I will watch that one on Hulu soon. And then the next category is one that when they said it, I went, oh my god. Makeup and hairstyling, Coming to America. I'm sad to say that from now on in life, I'd say Coming to America is an Academy Award nominated film, even though it was in my top 10 worst of last year. I guess the makeup is good in it, but there were other movies that had better makeup. Sorry. Spider-Man has better makeup and hairstyling than frickin'. Anyways, Cruella, Dune, Eyes of Tammy Faye, House of Gucci. Dune should probably get this. I think Dune will. All these other movies, Cruella, I thought was fine. I didn't think it was that good. It was fine. Eyes of Tammy Faye, it's good, not great. I think we talked about it in like my first episode of my podcast here, Codeman Movies. House of Gucci, I thought it was just very movie. I didn't think the makeup and hairstyling was that good for it. I thought that movie looked very fake and over the top and ridiculous. Yeah, let's go with Dune. We're gonna go with Dune. Musical score. Don't Look Up, Dune, Encanto, Parallel Mothers, The Power of the Dog. Have not seen Parallel Mothers, have not seen Power of Dog. I liked the score for Don't Look Up. I actually listened to the podcast. What is it? The Last Movie Ever Made or something like that. Very interesting podcast to listen to. I don't think that one should win. I'm a big Hans Zimmer fan. That Dune score was so good. It brought you into the freaking environment. Even though I didn't love that movie, Dune is my pick for that one. I haven't seen Power of the Dog or Parallel Mothers, though, so hard for me to say. Original song, I never remember songs. Only one I honestly fully know off the top of my head is No Time to Die from No Time to Die. Bond songs, I will say this, Bond songs have, in the last few years anyway, with Daniel Craig's Bonds, ever since Skyfall, I mean, it's won every single one since Skyfall. Skyfall, Writings on the Wall, I could see it winning. I mean, there's Be Alive, which I feel like I've definitely heard from the trailers or something. Dos Orguitos from Encanto, Down to Joy from Belfast, and Somehow You Do from Four Good Days. Four Good Days was a terrible movie. That one's not getting it. That should mean nothing to the song, but it just does. Down to Joy, I don't remember that song. I just remember No Time to Die. I could see it winning. It's Billie Eilish. I mean, I'm going to say that one. I remember, let's see, 2015. Lady Gaga was nominated for It Could Happen to You. And Writings on the Wall won. It Could Happen to You should have won. And I think it could happen this year where Billie Eilish takes it because she's Billie Eilish and it's a Bond song. This is also James Bond's last James Bond. Or Daniel Craig's last James Bond movie. I think that might help. I don't know for sure. We'll see what happens. Best Picture. This is where I have some thoughts here. Belfast got nominated. Fantastic. I'm okay with that. Coda got nominated. I did not think it was going to. Thank God. Don't Look Up. Don't Look Up is a good movie. It's also a dark comedy, which comedies are not usually nominated at the Oscars. Therefore, I'm okay with this one, but Don't Look Up wasn't that great of a movie in my opinion. It's good. I give it like I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. It's nothing spectacular, but it was good. And so I'm fine with it. Drive My Car I've not seen. Dune, it's another 7 out of 10 for me. I didn't love that movie, but I can understand why people are really enjoying that movie and why it got nominated. So I'm okay with it. King Richard, really good movie. It was in my top 10. I'm okay with that one. Licorice Pizza. This movie does not need to be nominated for Best Picture. It's a good movie, don't get me wrong. But I did not feel that it needed to be nominated for Best Picture. I really don't. I don't know what else to say. I'm not a fan of Licorice Pizza being nominated. Nightmare Alley is another one. That movie was just not that good to me. I was kind of bored by that movie. I found that movie so dull and so all over the place. I don't understand why Nightmare Alley got nominated. It's been getting good reviews. Guillermo del Toro is won for Shape of Water in 2017, 2018's Oscars. I don't think that one should have been nominated. The Power of the Dog, fine. I hear great things about it. I have not seen it yet. West Side Story in my top 10. I'm okay with that. There's no Tick Tick Boom in this. Tick Tick Boom should have been nominated for Best Picture. Should have been nominated. This is absolutely a snub for me. Why was Nightmare Alley and Licorice Pizza nominated over Tick Tick Boom? I don't understand that. I really don't. Heck, take Don't Look Up and put it in place of Tick Tick Boom, because Tick Tick Boom was a far superior film than Don't Look Up. Yeah, I'm done. Production design, Dune, Nightmare Alley, The Power of Dog, Tragedy, Macbeth, West Side Story. Either Dune or West Side Story. I don't know on that one. I haven't seen Power of Dog yet. I'd give it to Dune, I guess. It does have great production design. I mean, it took us to whole new worlds. Dune. Short film I have not watched. Short film live action I have not watched. Sound. Belfast. Dune, No Time to Die, The Power of the Dog, West Side Story. I have found that musical related things with music in it, tend to do very well with sound, because, well, they're movies about music and that require sound. Because of that, I'm going to say West Side Story. I think this might be like one of the only West Side Story wins that win this year. Could be wrong. Either that or Dune. Dune has good sound too as well. Visual effects, Dune, Free Guy, No Time to Die, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and Spider-Man No Way Home. 2 Marvel movies nominated. I think it's going to go to Dune. I think No Time to Die maybe has a great shot. There's some incredible stunts in No Time to Die. I'm going to go Dune on this one, though. It's the heavy favorite, I feel like, and just everyone's talking about Dune. Writing, adapted screenplay, Coda, Drive My Car, Dune, The Lost Daughter, The Power of the Dog. I feel like Power of the Dog would get this one. It's written by James Campion, the director. Again, I haven't seen it yet. I think Coda is fantastic, though, too. Dune, everyone's talking about. That's a tough one. I don't know. I need to watch them all. Original screenplay, Belfast, Don't Look Up, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, The Worst Person in the World. This is the last one. I've heard some things about Worst Person in the World. I have not seen it. For me, Belfast is the one that should get it. Kenneth Branagh did such a great job of taking a piece of his life and just making it into this story. And that's why I think that one probably should get it. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I have a lot of movies to watch. The Oscars, I believe, is March 27th or something like that. I have quite a while to catch up on some movies here. There's really not that many I need to watch, maybe 4 or 5 at the end of the day that I truly need to watch that are in a few categories that I haven't seen yet. But yeah, that's the Oscars. I have no clue what they're doing this year. The last couple of years they've had no host. Last year's was awful. It was boring. I wanted to fall asleep. So I hope it's good. I just hope that the Oscars is good this year. And that they stop. I apologize for a second. I would love for them to get a host. And at the end of the day, I just want them to focus on the movies. We need to focus on movies, and I think movies are very important. I was telling a coworker just this last week how movies are so great. I can go to China and talk to someone about Avatar, and we can immediately have a conversation. There's a language barrier, but with these things now that I'm just dropping on my computer, yeah, I mean, we can do anything nowadays that we can immediately talk to someone and it works out. So yeah, I just think movies are important. It brings people together. I just find it very important. because of that, I just hope that we can focus on movies like we need to. So yeah. Well, that's about all I got for the week, guys. What's coming out this next week? The Death on the Nile. I saw the first Murder on the Orient Express. We're talking about Kenneth Branagh. I don't remember much about it. I found it very forgettable. It came out in 2017 or something like that. I don't remember much about it. I'm not that excited for this new one, but I'll probably be seeing it at some point. I need to see Moonfall. I want to go see Spider-Man again. So those might be some movies I'll be watching. You'll be talking about next week. Yeah, guys, I don't have much else to say. Thank you for joining me today when I am losing my mind crazy. I've had 4 phone calls while recording this. Someone from the liquor company, my boss, a whole bunch of people. I have 2 voicemails. This is my life, guys. Thank you for being a part of it. Yeah. Anyways, guys,